Hello everyone, my name is Rochelle Innocent and I'm the founder and CEO of Project Purpose. Welcome to our channel. Our community is focused on fostering the intellectual and character development in children. We do this through our parent-child workshops that are focused on 4 themes: autonomy, self-efficacy, compassion, and self-concept, in order to cultivate grit, perseverance, and resilience in each child. And we are so thrilled to be offering one of the first of its kind digital, virtual, and continuous learning environments, enabling parents and children to connect from all around the world. At Project Purpose, our overarching mandate is to renew and rebuild family, community, and relationships. Our different social media platforms provide us with an opportunity to have conversations and to create space on all topics that relate to family, community, and relationships with ourselves as well as with others, with a primary focus on mental health and education. More precisely, the ways that the institutions of mental health and education play a role and have played a role in our societies at large. These discussions and debates provide us with an opportunity to think critically about what needs to change within these structures for us to live up to our bold slogan, support, protect, and empower each child through youth-focused development, better known as leadership in juvenescence. We recognize that in valuing our children's leadership potential, this also translates as recreating and co-creating environments, both socially and politically, that will enable our children to thrive. For those of you who are particularly keen on the topic, we also write thought pieces every other Sunday, and we actually have one scheduled to drop this upcoming Sunday. So be sure to meander over to the website and check out our online content. Now, if it is the case that you are looking for a listening alternative, well, we're available on 12 different podcast platforms for your listening leisure, and we provided you with access to the link in the description down below. Now, as is the convention, be sure to subscribe, hit that post notification bell so that you are aware of every time we post. And of course, if you like these conversations and you want to keep them going, like, comment, and share this segment. Let's get into it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another segment here on Project Purpose. For those of you who are new, we cover topics that relate to mental health, mental wellness, and education on a week-by-week basis. And today our topic of discussion is mental wellness. And on the topic of mental wellness this week, we're going to be continuing the conversation that we started in our first video, where we're really talking about habits that no longer serve us and that take away our energy unnecessarily. So our first video, we really focus on self-governance, so the things that we do maybe in our own time, in our thought life, that really take away energy needlessly, that isn't helpful to us, and how best to redirect that energy in terms of the things that we dwell on, the things that we focus on in our private thoughts. And in this segment, we're going to do a bit of a pivot where our focus is really going to be on social governance, so the ways that we navigate in social collective spaces. And I think that there are 3 different areas that can take away and steal away so much energy from us unnecessarily, and I'm going to dive right into those areas right here, right now. So the first thing that I do believe that takes a lot of our time unnecessarily is when we take time trying to prove that we are not who people have decided that we are. And I think that this is super important because sometimes we can feel affronted if someone has only just met us, but they've already decided who we are, what we believe in, what we stand for. They've written out the entire script of our lives and of their history in just one introduction. And as much as we say that you can know someone in 15 seconds or less, or there are people who profess to be able to really sum a person up in 15 minutes, it's never that simple. And I've learned in my life that I have a better use for my energy than spending my energy trying to convince people who don't know me that I am not who they have assumed me to be. I have realized in my life that a lot of the times people who are very quick at making very critical, very harsh, very judgmental sort of comments on who I am and on my character, those impressions, those perceptions are being fed by experiences that have nothing to do with me. And they are so rooted, they are so convinced that they are correct, that they're going to do everything that they can. Everything that I do is going to work towards informing that. that belief, right? Because it is an uninformed belief that they really are tied to, right? And for whatever reason, I think everyone has their own reason, but anyone who's very keen, who is excited to make a snap judgment on you and to stick to their guns, really wants to stay true to that snap judgment, prove that their snap judgment is true to everyone and anyone who's going to listen to them. They are dealing with their own issues. It has nothing to do with you. I've learned that sometimes, in life we need to take an active approach, an active role in just making sure that we are not allowing our character to be tarnished. But sometimes you have no idea what's going on. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who's saying what. You let things unfold and just let people see for themselves. And the people who reserve judgment, who are looking to get a sense as to how much or how little that is being spoken by way of the impressions, the quick, short judgments, the quick and fast judgments that people make of people that are very vocal about. Those people who reserve judgment are the people worthy of consideration as well. So I do believe that it can be a big energy waster to wonder and to wish for a different outcome when it comes to impression management and when it comes to people who have formed negative impressions of you and have decided who you are in a very short period of time, and you don't really care to exercise any flexibility or forgiveness or allow new information to inform their sense of who you are. They're really sticking true to it. That is for them, right? Not everyone's going to love you, and that's okay. I don't love everyone in return. I mean, I'm trying. I'm trying to, love everybody equally. It's something that I, make an effort towards, but it's not something that's just a given, right? And I think it's okay to also anticipate that not everyone's going to love me either. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but for those who choose to judge me harshly and not bend or move, I am at peace with that. That is not my issue. So that's the first one that I wanted to talk about. Another one, and this is a bit of a flip, it's almost the same coin but on the flip side, and it's when you are trying now to exercise energy to convince people that you are who you say you are. So this is less about people and their snap judgments informed by their past experiences, and more about people holding you sort of on a stage and wanting you to prove yourself to them. And I'm like, I don't have the energy for that, I guess we'll see, and I guess all of us, to some extent, want to believe or want to see that the words spoken align with reality. I think all of us want that for one another and for ourselves, the relationships that we carry and the relationships that we want to, bring closer to us. I think that's a given. But if it becomes a charade where I'm constantly performing and trying to show you, hey, I am exactly what my words say that I am. I'm on this journey to self-discovery. I'm trying to grow. I'm a flawed human, but I strive to be better every single day. And that translates differently in different ways. I don't need to convince anyone that I am who I say I am. I say that this is who I am, and you'll either stick around to see that it's true or you won't. And either way, I am at peace. I think that it's very important for me to find inner alignment, to constantly be aware of how I am changing, how I'm evolving, how I'm growing through different situations and different settings. I do not think that it's so important to prove to other people that it's also happening. I'm not really invested in selling people my story. I think that if my story inspires people, if I connect naturally with people and we have conversations and spend time with one another, we're going to see that our words align with reality. But for me to really want to have a relationship so badly and I'm put in a position where I'm proving myself, I think that that's ridiculous. That's not something that I see myself engaging in the future. I mean, I might have done it. I probably did do it quite significantly in my past, but as an adult, the more you become at peace with yourself and who you are and who you're becoming, the less you feel inclined to show other people that that's taking place. I mean, this is an individual, it's a very personal journey. How you see me, whether you believe it to be true or not, is not my problem, nor is it any of my business, nor is it any of my concern, to be quite honest with you. And that brings me to my last point, which I think really does carve away at our energy unnecessarily, and that is where we stay and maintain relationships that cause us to have friction with ourselves. And this is regardless of where that relationship lives, whether that's a friendship, whether that is someone that you're in love with, like a partner, a romantic relationship, whether that is family members. If there is something about that dynamic that makes it so that you don't feel good about yourself, that makes it so that you feel that you are not aligned internally when you're with that person, that you're hurting yourself when you're with that person, that you're compromising your own values and your beliefs when you're with that person, then that person needs to go. I believe inner alignment over everything, over anything, because the relationship that you will carry with you for the rest of your life is the one that you have with yourself. Everything and everyone else is subject to change, and it's important to keep that in mind when you think about the sacrifices you make to keep people who are okay to leave in your life. And I think there's more that I can say about that, but I don't want this video to be a rant, and I already kind of feel it's a little bit on the ranty side. So I just wanted to give you those 3 tips, little highlights, that if you put them into practice as of today, you will see that you feel lighter, you feel better, you let go of the energy that doesn't serve you, and energy that doesn't belong to you doesn't serve you. I mean, people want to believe that they are important enough in your life, that their opinion is going to make you jump through hoops. But I'm saying no. I don't think anyone's opinion should be so important to you that you jump through hoops and become a circus animal to prove yourself to them. I think anyone who needs you to do that is probably someone that you should rethink and reevaluate that relationship or that dynamic in general. And in any case, that was all I wanted to talk about today, but definitely be sure to tune in for more. Now, before letting you go, I would be remiss if I didn't let you know that we will be going live at least twice a month, every month for the foreseeable future on our Facebook page. So definitely be sure to tune in. Now, these events are paid events, so if you do see yourself participating in our community on an ongoing basis, then I do suggest that you take a look at one of our package plans. Yes, so we do offer package plans over and above our live events, which give you unlimited access to our live events, as well as access to webinars and workshops over and above those live events. So definitely be sure to tune in for that. And we are on the road to 1K, so definitely be sure to follow us on our social media platforms, follow us on our YouTube channel, and we look forward to chatting with all of you very soon. We'll talk to you later.